All right. We're here with Ajani Sleeper Agent. Much like the last one I was playing, I kind of want to just race to an ultimate and win. It's a +1/+1, then a -6. Except this time, the -6 actually works. I don't have to keep plussing past it. So we try to just plus this into Oblivion and then minus it and win. Basically, when you minus this, you kind of win unless your opponent kills you real fast, right? There are like all your creatures and all your planeswalkers put poison counters on them, and you only need 5. You only have to cast 5 spells after you did that, and then you win. There's a lot of decks that can't stop that, right? You cannot counter the trigger. You can tails end it, but you just can't counter the creature. It's just always happening. So that being said, all the small creatures, mana dorks, all that jazz. Disruptive stuff like Skyclave Apparition, Reclamation Sage, because I'm not trying to beat my opponent to death. I also have a bunch of board wipes, because I don't really care about my own creatures surviving, they just have to trigger this, right? So it doesn't matter too much. The top end is not super high up there, so I won't miss like some mana dorks, excuse me, later in the game and stuff, right? Like that, right? So we also have Tooth and Nail with like Platinum Angel Avacyn, just to have that route. Or I could go Tooth and Nail and where are you? That hexproof thing. This thing, which gives hexproof, which would help you avoid exile effects or like targeted exile nonsense, as opposed to, you know, sweepers and destroy stuff if you're really trying to protect your Platinum Angel. If I choose to get that, there's probably a lot of times where I just get Crater Hoof anyways, because I'll have a bunch of mana dorks in play. And yeah, I think that's about it. Nothing too fancy. Obviously the One Ring, because why not? Mana Tithe and Reprieve. I am running Skrelv's Hive. I might not have to. In fact, I probably shouldn't. I don't really need any assistance with the poison plan, like any proliferate, infect. Well, I guess in Magic Arena we really only have toxic, kind of the same thing. So I don't really have any of that going on, because again, I don't think you need it for the ultimate to do its thing. It's like you're tacking too much on in the same thing, which is kind of funny because we were struggling to find ways to venture into the dungeon in a mono green deck, and in green white we actually don't want assistance with our planeswalkers game plan, right? With the toxic poison stuff, it's actually just all in on that, all in on your commander here. And Karn's Bastion is probably the only exception to this, just because it can't really be interacted with too well. And if I can activate the every 2 times I activate it, it's like a trigger. So if I'm in like top deck mode, this could very well just hasten the clock just a little bit, maybe. Same with the Mirrex, but the Mirrex is kind of in the same realm of the Skrelv's Hive. But I think that's all I've got to say. Yep, like, comment, subscribe. Here we go. Karn Legacy Reforged. Think this is the first time I've played against this as the colorless threat of the day. Yeah, I like it. Of course, my opponent has a 1-drop. Let's play you. I'm losing my voice. I must have used it too much yesterday. Alright, sure. So we want to play... I guess we want to play this and kill their Artificer. Well... Hey, look at that. Actually hit something. Simulacrum. Oh my goodness. Alright, so as it stands, there's almost nothing they could possibly do to stop this emblem here. Giver of Rooms gives colorless, right? It does. Giver of Rooms actually gives colorless. Oh, wow, we hit 2. Look at that. Love to see it. I guess I'll just scry. I think we're past those. And then I'll play this one. Well, whichever one I play dies. Actually, you know what? Let's just play this one so I have another blocker. Just in case some weird stuff happens. I think this is the first time I have ever seen this card, Commander or not. I think I will actually... No. Alright, well, good luck. Already have, basically, it's already actually just done, right? I just need one more card. Ajani itself also triggers it as well, so... Opponent needs an obscenely busted turn right now. Sundering Titan is not it. Is Waste a basic land type? No. Okay. Wasn't sure. Okay, so I can block here. Well, that's also pretty funny. It just sort of shuts down the Sundering Titan. But it can shut down Karn as well. Doesn't really matter which one. I guess I'll shut down the Karn, because it's just girthier. And then we win next turn. Okay, well, blowing up more of my lands doesn't do anything. Unless it does. Does that take me off of Ajani? No, that's not really close. Okay, I don't really care about this Gideon. You can wipe him out there, that's fine. Also, this doesn't even take me off of, like, other cards I could have as well, right? I can still just top deck stupid stuff and win. Cool. Super simple. Super simple. Love to see it. It's a cool hand, but I just don't have a forest. Alright, looks like we're kind of fine still. Also, yeah, Delighted Halfling would have been absolutely insane there as well. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, well, of these two, I guess play this one to avoid this dying to removal, where it may be relevant later. Are they running dual-colored snowlands? No, they're not. Most people don't do that, so... I'm not going to play Gideon, don't really... The game is early enough. I can probably hive them maybe at least twice or something. Also, if I don't show them Gideon, maybe they played Atraxa and I can just deal with it like this. Alright, surely there's no 5,000 things to go around Traxa right now. Surely it's all just counter spells or something. Ozolith, okay. That kind of requires additional things, though. As it stands. Opponent is stumped on their combat. Nope, they figured it out. There you go. Alright. Opponent notably did not leave up counter magic when they could have. Yep. I don't envision any kind of haste threat. Also, yeah, you don't want to... Yeah, there you go. They almost blocked the wrong one. It doesn't really matter that much, but still. Okay. Well, that doesn't fly. It does tap for a unbelievable amount of mana, but they already at excuse me, they're already at 6, so I don't know if that's relevant. This is not... You know what? I'm gonna keep the Knight of Autumn in hand. Just gonna keep it in hand. And do we sweep the board here? You know, maybe I really should sweep the board, actually. Because this is a huge... It taps for 7. That is a colossal problem. Yeah. Okay. I wasn't getting in for damage anyway, so... And at this point, maybe I just blow that up? But again, I don't really care about this. You really just don't care about this Ozolith. What is it? Like, why do I care? I think I'll actually sweep the board again. Maybe I don't have to, actually. Yeah, let's just not do that. I don't think we have to. It just doesn't seem that necessary. We have everything covered, and until we don't see why we care too much about this. And leaving Knight of Autumn in hand for the emblem makes sense as well. This looks like a Voltron list, where you just like go tall with an Atraxa, and Gideon's just very good right now at stopping that. But I have a ton of board wipes on my deck anyways. This doesn't have trample or anything, I don't really care. And yeah, let's just play literally anything like this. Doesn't really need to resolve. But it's nice to resolve, get to draw. I think I will play this now just because I get to draw a card. Okay, yeah. Oh, these got lifelink now. Look at that. We're truly unstoppable. Maybe I should have just swung with this just because of that, but the more I have at once, the less my opponent can swing with their unblockable stuff, right? Or their things that don't do any damage, rather. Okay, they had probably one of the better... Actually, no, this isn't one of the better cards they could have had. Okay. Yeah. Opponent sees the writing on the wall. Yeah, I was gonna say one of the better cards they had, but the more I was thinking, it's probably one of the worst cards they could have had, because they just gave me lethal. Wait a minute, could I have just killed them? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, alright, I'm just dumb. I could have just killed them. Alright, I don't have any graveyard hate. It's been a while since I've seen this one. It has some setup time, so we have, like, time. Time is nice. We only have so much of it, right? And in this game, we have plenty. Ah, sure, I'll keep this just because the One Ring and this, these two are meh. They don't have haste or anything, right? Power to... Yeah, they don't get haste, so maybe a board wipe just annihilates them. I also drew basically my only graveyard hate card in the form of Scrap Gorger. So they kind of need to do something about it right now. Crawling Infestation. Okay, what does that do? Upkeep Mill. Alright. Well, that's makes our tooth and nail a lot easier, huh? Alright. So if I play this, it takes 3, which kind of defeats the entire game plan. Let's just play this. You can't possibly go wrong with this card, right? Name one person that went wrong with the One Ring. Oh, it's you may mill too. That's curious. Okay. When you played at one life, I don't know what you mean. The One Ring? That's true. That is a time in which you can, in fact, not play it. You would be correct. That is an accurate statement. Alright, let's foretell this. And I guess I'll play this? Yeah. And then we don't do anything. Did my opponent swing last turn? I think they did. I had protection though, right? Shouldn't have hurt me. Oh, they didn't mill a creature, and I can just eat this Plague Crafter for free. Sort of. 4, 5. So far, they've had basically nothing. And they continue to have nothing. Okay. Giant Killer, just a bit too small. Alright, so let's play you. I mean, we didn't come here not to tap the One Ring. Okay, that was horrible. Do I play Doomscar? That doesn't make any sense to me. Let's just play this. I might use the Guardian Idol to trade. We'll see. This can trade as well. Though I'd kind of like to keep that in play to exile stuff. But that's not too big of a deal. Especially... Wait, why do they have Doomscar? Oh, I mean, you can blow up your own board and then re-obtain it. Yeah, alright. I guess that makes sense. Just feels weird. Your Obzon creature deck running a bunch of board wipes. I wonder if my opponent knows this is Doomscar. They probably do. I would assume it's on their radar as a Doomscar. They did not swing at me. Okay, so can I play these at the same time? 1 to 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, yes. So I have an empty board with an Ajani, but I am getting kind of close to my own One Ring being a problem. And Avacyn doesn't inherently save me from said problem. So I guess I'm just... Oh, that hurt. Oh, I just need my table. I'm too tall for my own computer table. That's really the problem. That's really the problem. Okay, so I can play Avacyn. And then, I think I need more than that. Well, Reprieve would have been absolutely amazing right there. This doesn't have Trample. Let's see what's on here. Hey, Voice of Resurgence. That's actually pretty decent. Let's naturalize. Or do I gain 4? I think I just gained 4. Why are we naturalizing exactly? Play you. Play Voice. And leave up Reprieve? Sure. Okay. It's the easiest block of my life. Alright, so how many creatures do I have? Just 2. Well, like, immediately castable, rather. I think I want to cast this right now, just to exile the Cavalier. To avoid any weird stuff from happening. And I'll play this, and I'll just leave up Reprieve again. And I feel like I am sitting Big pretty here. I think the only way I die is if I somehow kill myself with the one ring. Oh, they had the other copy of their commander. That's funny. Alright, we're going to tap the one ring, because now we basically just draw 9 and lose 5 for doing that, and I assume I will find what I'm looking for to kill my opponent. I only need 3 creatures. Yeah. There we go. Nice and easy. Let's do that. Alright. Cool. We beat the little baby spiders that may have stopped me from ever ultimating, but yeah, that was interesting. Like, what was the eerie ultimatum gonna do? I guess you mill 3 you like I'm just wondering if I had to actually counter it. That's not a creature. Yeah. No, I didn't have to counter that. Alright, I have a lot of mana. Okay, that's fine. Could have been worse. I blocked because I don't want their creature in play. Sure. That is fine. I wonder if I should run this. I don't think so. I'd rather it just be a creature. Like 9 times out of 10, so. Okay, what color do we not... Could you please get off the screen? No, guess I can't. Go away. Green, green, green. Guess we'll do white? Yeah, let's do white. My opponent just got immediate value. Just 2 cards right off the top. That's funny, huh? Funny how that works. Don't think I need another land. I will sweep the board. And my opponent's missing land drops, so I guess I'll just eat this thing. So now we need to find 5 spells, which is certainly possible. Vivian Reed at least finds another one alongside of itself, which is really nice. Oh, come on. Really? Come on. Just one, please. There's so many hits. So many hits. Come on. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Opponent's not doing anything scary. I have time. Just kind of annoying. Which one of these? The cheaper one? Let's get the girthier one. Do I sweep the board? Sounds kind of weird, but I'm trying to think. What could they possibly have? I don't really know, but I want them to show me, so I'm just gonna not do anything. I'm thinking Craterhoof Behemoth, but those are not treasure tokens, so it's not Craterhoof. I really don't know what's happening here. Don't know what's happening. But they did not swing with Prosperous Innkeeper when they could have, and I guess this is why. What's on 3 that they really wanted? Oh, am I just dead? Oh, that's lame. Wait, I'm not necessarily dead, actually. There's no combo that gives infinite power. Well, actually, yes, there is. There actually is. Alright, looks like they don't have it. They got the Scurry Oak so quickly, I feel like I'm dead to it, but maybe I'm not. Okay, yeah, this actually doesn't kill me. They just put it up to, like, what, 25? I can see why they got it, but it doesn't win the game. They actually almost did not swing with lethal. Okay, we block here. Here? I guess I just will take 4. I'll take 4 because I want the second mana source. In case that's relevant. They could have, like, Heroic Intervention, I guess. Could have that. Certainly a possibility. Okay, I guess we're back to doing this. Nope, we're done. Okay, I almost want a minus here, so I don't die to Teferi's Protection. That's just taking them off of 1 card, but I feel like that's more reasonable than anything. They could still have, like, Heroic Intervention, but I'm going to take them off of Teferi's Protection. Okay. That's fine. Opponent still has something. Hopefully it's just cracking a food. Let's do this. Alright, was not Heroic Intervention. And I can recast this, so I will. Whoop, I gotta pay life. Gotta pay that life. There we go. Now, I still could have just went for lethal with the Vivian Reed Plus, but I think this is just safer. Opponent didn't have anything. Cool. Alright. Guess I'll play the Weaver? Yeah, sure. Okay, they figured out what land they needed. Good on you. Yeah, we can play Sanctum Weaver. There's like some draws where that is more important. I really need Ajani to be in play like real fast here though. Alright, cool. Opponent took 20 minutes on their mulligan, 20 minutes on their fetch land, and then saw what I played and gave up. I assume they had more than 1 land, but it just, right. Like, I'm so far ahead, it's just hard to quantify it. Like, we could see an amazing hand from the opponent, but I was on the play with a Menadork, so I'm just so far ahead. I think that's a little too dumb. Like, it's just a little too degenerate. Just a little too egregious. Alright, we are not the ones with the 1-drop, but we weren't robbed of being on the play with a 1-drop, so we'll take it. It also doesn't necessarily attack Ajani, but I expect them to play a creature every turn, because that's all their deck does, literally. It doesn't do anything at all outside of that, ever. I probably should have mulliganed for a board wipe, but I didn't. Looks like we got one anyways. Huge. Yep. Gonna kill my own creature here, so probably should keep that. I don't like Lotus Cobra that much here in my deck. I kind of hope they tap the Paradise Druid. They just wanted to swing for... Nope. Profoundly annoying. Absolutely annoying for us, but we take what we're given here. Do I want another land? I don't think so. So I can play this before my board wipe. I will. Alright, their commander is taxed, and they have no minute works. That makes a blood artist. What's the other thing this does? Whenever you sacrifice a blood token. Okay, so there's not really any kind of incentive to Reclamation Sage that. Okay, with the lands, can we calm down? Let's play our stupid dumb card here, and then play... I guess this one? I mean, it's an artifact, which is kind of maybe a little bit sus here, but it's fine. Okay, I'm done with that, and I don't think I want that either. We've scryed 3 lands and a Minidork to the bottom so far, although the Minidork is pretty prolific in our deck. And then we milled Tooth and Nail, and they took 7. That's funny. Okay. Man, alright, we've milled 4 lands. Put 4 lands at the bottom this time. Let's actually draw here, because I don't like my options that much at all. Kind of like my options a little bit better now with this Esper Sentinel, though that's not terribly exciting. Oh my. What? Okay. Oh, they took 6? Alright, they took 6 and 7. That is very expensive for what we've done so far. That's unfortunate to see. Surprised they didn't just bounce my Ornithopter. Or bounce Ajani. It's actually kind of strange to me. I kind of want to just block, actually. Not really using this Ornithopter that much. I think this makes sense. Maybe it doesn't. Tooth and Nail's not in my deck anymore. Okay, just kind of beelining for something of value. That is kind of sort of something of maybe value, kind of, sort of. Okay, that is a huge one, and they can't realistically take 12, or however much the... What? They just died! They just took 19! Could just be in the command zone as like a last hurrah kind of card. Because this has to be some kind of aggro deck. Otherwise, I would expect like Burgee or... I'm going to play this as a land. Burgee or Rabrask or something. Okay, they didn't mindlessly mulligan for Ragavan. Let's play you... Yep. Alright, so maybe it isn't aggro. Maybe it's not aggro. If it isn't, then it certainly does have a lot of burn spells, which is kind of fine. It's not great, but take it. It's not the end of the world. Maze Mind Tome. Nice. Nice. Alright, so I can play this and still play my commander, so I will. They have plenty of answers to Platinum Angel, unfortunately. You know what? Maybe we should keep this. It's a slow thing, but my opponent's showing me slowness, so I feel like I can be slow. What does this do? Mana, but you're already at 6 in mono red, so copy spells, top 5. cast an instant or sorcery, and then just minus X. So they can damage my... Okay, that works too. Say, like, just take me off my... Wait, I don't know if they should do that in the turn in which I can just immediately recast it. Don't know if I agree with that. Seems a little interesting. I don't know if that, like, quote-unquote buys them time. How much damage does this do? 5. Yeah, I think they were actually poised. If you just let me put Ajani to 1, I think this would have been fine. Because it would have slowed this down even farther if you just did it for... you knocked Ajani down to 1 instead of resetting him to 4, I think. Okay, so I can play Platinum Angel. And this is the turn to do it, so my opponent can't... Oh, hey. Well, this is a little too slow, unfortunately. Yeah, it's just too slow. Yeah, we're going to play Platinum Angel here. And my opponent can't kill it with their commander, because then they lose to my commander. So I think this is a great spot to be in. And if they do just kill it anyways, then... I have my ultimate, but they can't let me have an ultimate. It's not possible. They let me have an ultimate. Oh my goodness. They let... Oh no, it does it to multiple targets. Oh, I didn't realize that. I didn't realize that. Wow, I'm stupid. I probably completely punted the game, actually. I didn't realize it has multiple targets. Great. Yep, probably just punt it. Actually, I think I did just completely punt this game. Can keep playing though, I guess, but this is the part where my opponent just has the red payoff spell of the, like, 2 in the entire game, resolving their commander. Ujin is decent. They're not going to let me draw it anyways, but might as well hit him for 6. Alright, well, you gotta answer my board. They didn't +1 for spells, but like I said, untap with your 6-mana mono-red Planeswalker and instantly win, right? That does not instantly win. In fact, I don't really think I care all that much about this in particular. You're gonna need more. Okay, that's not doing it either. I cannot kill their commander unless I minus, which feels absolutely atrocious. But maybe I should just do that. It just feels so stupid to do that. It really does. No. Do I want this? Well, sure. So, seeing how this doesn't kill their commander, I guess I just won't swing with Giver of Runes. Because it's just not killing their commander. Because, again, Karn's Bastion, just put a counter on it. They did not proliferate. Highly unusual. They hit no spells. Awesome. Also, highly unusual. Wow. Alright, I was being pessimistic because it looked really bad. Letting your mono-red... big red opponent untap with a 6-mana Planeswalker is kind of how you lose. But they just didn't have anything. Well, that's stupid. But that's my life, I guess. It's just my life. The nature of 100-card singleton format. Sometimes your opponent draws the best card ever. Sometimes they just do it. Also, Craterhoof itself would have killed me. So Craterhoof and the white Craterhoof, the new one, would have also killed me. So it was just more than just tooth and nail. Having been their out. Speaking of the best cards of all time, what do you know? All right. Oh, we're playing against some of the best cards in the game right now. I guess I have to literally blow this up or I lose the game. So let's do that. There's an incentive to not do that, but I'm always going to scry to the bottom because my opponent's in no position to let me draw anyways. Might as well try to deal damage to them. Never mind, they are in a position because Orcish Bowmasters. I think they forgot about that last time. I definitely did. Though that's not the most powerful thing you could be doing right now. It's not that crazy. This is also really not all that crazy either. Actually kind of surprised to see this. Oh, you might as well, right? Yeah, you're not expecting sweepers out of a deck with a bunch of Minidorks. But we did find one. Again, they're not going to let me draw it, but 4 damage is more than the average of my deck. So I will smack them for some damage. Okay, they're giving me cards. Alright, we like to see it. Usually people wait a little bit before they start doing that. That makes the 2/2, right? Yeah. That gives hex proof, yeah. Okay, at least it's not on something scarier, but that still is kind of a problem, sort of, maybe, kind of, sort of. Okay, I think I'll leave up Wandering Emperor. Ugh, this feels really ugly. Okay, well, now I just do not want those two. And we're at 4, so it's starting to get unrealistic to mill yourself. Nope. If you were going to let me mill, you should have done this earlier, right? If you're going to start letting it deal damage to you, you want to do it when it has less counters on it. Because then stuff like that happens. I guess technically, if we had a stacked deck, we could have killed them there, but no such luck. Okay, that's problematic. Well, is it? Yeah, it probably is. Let's be real. Whenever a creature you control dies, do some stuff. Alright. At least we got rid of the Jadar here, which is nice. Make sure I actually make the 2/2. There we go. There we are. This is only once a turn? Oh, is this when this dies? Oh, that is not nearly as good as other things that could have happened. Okay. You got it. I don't even feel like playing Ajani. I feel like I have enough reactive cards to forego Ajani as a strategy here. Especially Phyrexian Arena in play. It's kind of a spooky, scary clock. I have 2 removal spells. They can't realistically take damage right now. Voice of Resurgence is alright, but I think I can actually do better. So let's just draw something else. Okay, that's to be expected, I guess. Okay. Lifelink. Phyrexian Trample. Whenever this creature is dealt damage, sacrifice. So they can make it a what now? A 3/4 lifelink? Alright, let's not let that be a reality. A 3/4 lifelink will offset quite a bit here. Oh, this is a really good spot to be in, huh? This is a really good spot to be in. We are loving this. Who needs Ajani? I think I will play Ajani right now. I could Ajani and actually minus. But they have an instant speed spell. They have an instant speed spell, so I'm just not going to do that. Yeah. I'm convinced they do. And there can't be too many that cost 1 mana, so... Lightning Bolt, Fatal Push, Dismember. That was absolutely not on my radar, but that is certainly an option. Kind of interesting. It is part of the party plan, right? Okay, they blocked the... what? That is a weird block. Really? I feel like you're in chump block mode here. Is my opponent not in chump block mode somehow? I mean, alright, you know what? Yeah. Show me what you got. Just feel like that seems kind of crazy to me. Like, you can really take 3 right now? Really? Okay, I'm not leaving up... Actually, I am. Yes, I am. I have Minidork. Scrap Gorger's so stupid, I forget it does other things. 1, 2, 3... Okay, I'm going to put like that. I don't really need Avacyn. It's not really doing much here. And I mean, it feels good. You know, super powerful card, but I don't want to be baited. It's not very good right now. I am at 11. I got to be careful of, like, some weird nonsense. And Avacyn doesn't actively help me in any way. Grim Lavamancer. Okay. Fortunately, that's not really going face. They should probably crack this clue before they spend a mana on the boots, because the 2 damage is not really doing anything. Yeah, you should probably just crack this clue to... Actually, you should have cracked the clue before you played the Grim Lavamancer. Just to give yourself more mana. Okay. I like this degree of honesty from my opponent's deck. It's a whole lot of honest stuff going on. Whole lot of truthful honesty. Love to see it. Yep. Okay, what happens when this does stuff? When it dies, if it wasn't blocking, draw. Okay. I don't have to block that. You can do stuff. Yeah, that's, Wait a minute, doesn't this leave you dead? Distribute 3, so I can swing for... What? Fine. Fine. It almost leaves him dead. Do I put a counter here? Is that... Wait, hold on. Let's back up. Put a counter here. Swing, 3. They're not dead, but, like... No. Let's just do this. And then play this. Yeah, I feel like this is slightly better. I mean, I'm plussing Ajani last, actually. Maybe that was just stupid. Doesn't matter. I really don't think it matters at this point. I will keep that as a contingency plan. Not terribly relevant, though. I also might have wanted to put that counter on the Scrap Gorger anyways, because they're going to block regardless. And, yeah, cool. Almost nothing saves my opponent right now. But they can, I guess, recast their commander and kill Ajani. But then they're just dead, so they can't really swing. Doesn't make a lot of sense. They have to let me draw this, obviously, because the arena would just kill them. They would just take 5. I mean, they would take, what, 6 spells off the top of my deck worth of damage, not just those. Yeah, if this ever goes off, they're just dead. Alright, so it looks like we just win then. This doesn't actually do anything. Okay, they don't have to swing. They don't have to swing. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. They're not just totally conceding, but let's do this. I feel like this is way too ridiculous. Like, do I really have to block this? No, I don't. I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that at all. Okay. So then we do this, and we just kill them? Or we put them down to super low skis? Wait, hold on. I'm trying to think. This just kills them. Yeah. Did they see this card? They did not. Okay. I was about to say, did they just see that in my hand? Alright, we just got him. But recasting Ajani would put the 3 counters on the Scrap Gorger. And then they would go to... That would just kill them too, right? Like if I played Ajani minus tier and swung, they can block this and take 6. Okay, so no matter what I did, they were just dead, right? I lost my voice yesterday, but hopefully it wasn't too bad. I like this. I didn't really make any change. Actually, I made no changes at all, which doesn't seem to ever happen with me. But from beginning to end, I didn't change any cards. I think the only thing I may have, in hindsight now, just changed would be the land count. Take out maybe 2 lands and add just more of something. Because when your deck is so low to the ground mana wise, and half the things just tap for mana, you don't need that much in the way of like that many lands. So I could probably take out like 2 lands. I think there's 40 or 30. Is it 39 or 40? How many are there? Yeah, okay, there's 40. I could probably go to like 38 or something. You might even want to go down to like 37. Because again, like all of this is fine. Skrell's Hive was just trash. I assumed it was going to be trash, right? It never changed Ajani's ability to win or lose. It just never changed that. So I really just didn't think this was going to be useful, and it wasn't. Um, I don't think any game once Ajani wasn't good enough was ever worth sticking around in and continuing to play. So if I play Ajani really fast and they're harassing it with like a 1/1 flyer, then I can't stop. The game it's going to look really different because until I stop that, I'm on hiatus. I'm just not getting to that -6, and that's just really rough. So what you could do, now that I'm thinking about it a bit more, is run more proliferate. Oh yeah, Mirix can come out. Run more proliferate, not because of the ultimate, but because you want to get to the ultimate. Not about the poison counters, but just about proliferating Ajani itself to get to the -6, which is totally reasonable. So you have cards like... I always type pro-life, I think it's funny. You have like Thirsting Roots, which is just solid. Yep, just throw it right in there, right? You just... one tick on Ajani. That is quite massive when you only need to plus it twice. So I like this. I don't know, I'm not going to sift through them all, but the deck I certainly post at the end will have some of that, I'm sure. It just seems like that would have been quite useful, actually. Probably more useful than, like, Reclamation Sage was. Actually, this wasn't that useful really at all, so I think I could take that one out. Skyclave Apparition's still pretty useful. Gideon, I think, won me 2 games, just stopping something from attacking Ajani, and just got to the ultimate and won. Vivian Reed was a little slow. It's a little slow, but it does kill flyers. But if that's really what you're concerned, you could play light up the... you line up the shot, could be in here, instead of Vivian Reed. The plus getting to other things is nice, especially post-emblem. And then, it's part of the emblem. Ugh, bug just slammed into my face. Ugh. Oh, there's a big moth in my room. I don't know if you saw that in the camera. Jeez. Let me kill that. Ugh. Before I finish talking. Smack that stupid thing. Where'd it go? What is that? I don't know. It sounds like a bird. It's just huge. I'm gonna have to mute my microphone so I don't... Okay, sorry about that. That thing was huge. This giant bug just flew into my face. Okay, anyways. What was I saying? Yeah, so running Proliferate so we can get to the ultimate faster feels like a good idea. The Tooth and Nail plan is kind of cute. There are sometimes it's just straight up not good enough if you're playing against anything blue, all that jazz. I still don't trust Veil of Summer. I don't think you should play that. But if that's really what you want to do, so be it. There's obviously some room for flex spots. Avacyn, I don't know. I don't know if this is even ever something I want to take with Tooth and Nail. It just doesn't seem reasonable really to me, but... Yeah, probably the Tooth and Nail targets could be slightly different, but I do still like Platinum Angel. There are some decks that just cannot answer it, and I got close to putting it into play a couple times and having it be relevant, but it was always like one turn too late, and I just died. The sweepers are fine. I actually might even want more. Farewell could come in here. I think I will put it in here. Maybe over Avacyn or something. I think just more board wipes. Because there were some times where I'm like, oh, I'll just cast a sweeper. Even against one creature. Because I really just want to get to the ultimate. And if they play another creature after I did that, it's like, well, I'm going to really wish I had my sweeper back, right? And it's always nice to have just more. So I can even use them, treat them as single target removal spells. Just use them to stop your opponent from doing stuff. To stop this emblem. So I think that's absolutely reasonable. So yeah, well, that's that. This is certainly way better than the venturing into the dungeon strategy. I'll tell you that much. When you're trying to ignore your opponent, this is a lot better at doing that than the last one there, the bard we were playing with the dungeon adventurer. Not only do you have another color, but you you just have more time. You can actually ultimate it and win on the -6, whereas the other one had to plus continuously to actually complete a dungeon before you -6'd it. So that was obviously colossal of a difference. I never got Great Henge. I know this is good in, or halfway decent in the last deck, but this one kind of has the same problem where it might be unreasonable to expect to ever cast this quickly enough to have it do anything relevant. I need like 3 mana dorks in play. That probably does that even do it? Let's see, you get like, let's say they have 1 power, 1, 2, 3, and then they all tap 4, 5, 6. And this is 9. Yeah, I guess at that point you could, because all the lands you'd have by that point. So it's like just barely there. I've just never had this in play. I may have had this in play a single time in my history of playing like mana dork heavy decks, because it's just like really tough to get this in play when you have like all these small creatures like this. Right, this only discounts the Great Henge by 2, the power and then the fact that it taps, and that's it. And I'm not playing a bunch of big stuff, so it feels like it makes sense, but I don't know if it does. But we'll see what my list looks like when I upload it. If it wasn't in the uploaded list, then I deemed it not worthy. Alright, that's enough of that rant. I gotta go clean up this literal giant bug corpse and figure out where it came from. So, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought about this list. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks so much.